dispatch. I think it's on the dispatch. Yep. Oh wait, 11605. Did I get in the wrong one?
126875. Yep, you did.
Ah, please. Okay. Wow. Take two. I got in the wrong truck. But I would have realized it once I started my pre-trip. Right? Right. I'm in the correct truck now. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Oh, jeez. What did I do with that? Hopefully I didn't leave it in the truck. That's so like me to leave that in the truck. Hey YouTube, how you been? So today I'm just gonna give several tips for new truck drivers, or you know, maybe some truck drivers don't know about these tips I'm about to talk about. But mainly they have to do with just trying not to go the extra mile when you're trying to get to the destination, whether it's picking up or, you know, delivering a load. So my first tidbit is to use your phone. The funny thing is right now is that my phone is currently being used to make this video. So what I'm going to have to do is, give me a second. We're gonna pause this, and I'm gonna have to probably swap out cameras. Give me a second. And we're back. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so I wanted to show you my Note 8. This is my Note 8. No, that's not the reason I swapped cameras. No. Give me a second. So, the first tip I wanted to talk about today was Google Maps. And the reason I want to talk about Google Maps is everybody knows about it if you have a smartphone. Well, I don't know about iPhone users, but anyway, everybody should know about Google Maps. It's a good tool to use as a truck driver. But everybody doesn't know, you know, what I'm about to talk about. And that's how you could use Google Maps more accurately when you need to go to a destination. So I'm just going to put in a random destination. Let me just kind of just do a random search of Walmart. Distribution Center, South Carolina. Okay, let's do that. So right here, this is the address for the Walmart. This is what they give me when I put in Walmart Distribution Center. Also, my view right now is in satellite view. Right now I'm in the satellite view. So what this tip I'm about to talk about is, you know, is really good. Is, you know, mainly for when you're in the satellite view. The tip I'm about to talk about right now is just how you could get to the exact location you want to get to. Not just the overall address, but the exact location. And to do that is you zoom into the exact spot you want to be navigated to, and you just use your little finger and you just press and hold. Press and hold, and Google Maps will show you the exact coordinates to where you're going. So you're like, most people are like, okay, so what am I gonna do with these coordinates? Well, that's where your truck GPS, if you have one, comes in handy. And even more so, even if you don't have a truck GPS, as long as you have hopefully data, I would recommend you going into satellite mode. You don't have to stay in satellite mode, but when you know the address you need to go to satellite mode, and kind of get a look at whatever location you have to pick up or go to, so you won't like miss your turns or whatnot. And instead of just putting in the overall address and then just heading to that address, you know, try to find out where what's the likely spot you would have to deliver to, because some addresses, they have so many other points of entry where it's easy to make the wrong turn, and you might end up in the company parking lot. Like, right, if you just blindly follow your GPS, you could end up in the company parking lot. People are like, haha, really funny, but it happens. Even more so with these small distribution centers or warehouses. So I would highly recommend using Google Maps and making sure you preview the location you're heading to via satellite. But getting back to if you have a truck GPS, and you have once you get the coordinates, you go to your truck GPS. Waiting for this to load.
Proceed to the highlighted route.
Okay, so choose destinations, and then then you click new location. It's gonna be different with all you know, truck GPSs, but with this, everybody should pretty much have hopefully a similar, you know, device where once you put a new destination, you get all these options, and all you need to do is enter light and long. If you use what I'm about to tell you, you will it will be being a truck driver will be much easier. Stick to, instead of using just a regular overall address, which it could be really vague. It could be a pain to just use the overall address. So just so from now on, if you have a data to spare, use Google Maps satellite. Get the coordinates. Dang it, I lost it. Get the coordinates. Find the exact spot you want to get. The exact spot you want to enter to. Get those coordinates. Then, if you have a truck GPS, enter the first numbers is the latitude. So, or the positive numbers are the latitudes. And then once you enter those, you put the longitude. Longitude is normally always the negative numbers, or the second numbers after the comma. So first numbers are always going to be the latitude. Second numbers with the negative will be the longitude. Okay? Cool beans. I normally use this all the time after, even more so after when I had to deliver in Canada, because Canada has some weird address systems where I wasn't really used to it, and you know, I just found it really hard to input the address because I wasn't used to it. But I highly recommend using longitude and latitude, aka the coordinates, just to get to whatever address you have to pick up or deliver to. But always, if you have the spare data, go on satellite mode and scope out the location you're going to go to, whether it's deliveries or pickups. That's one of the things I hated as an OTR driver. As an OTR driver, even more so when you're not dedicated or regional, you really do a lot of blind driving. What I mean by that is you're going to an unknown location, and you know, you don't really know what to expect. So that's why, you know, as I got more into truck driving, and you know, I learned the ins and outs, I found that using Google Maps satellites was the best way to, you know, scope out the place I was going to deliver to, or you know, pick up from. But sometimes, you know, you will find that you put in the address and all Google Maps shows you is an empty plot. So you know those buildings are fairly new or whatever, because you know, sometimes Google doesn't update their maps. So that brings me to my next tip. Okay, yeah, Bing's map is also a good option to use. It has more options than Google Maps, actually, when it comes to scoping out the location you might be heading to. I normally use Google Maps, but I seem to find that whenever when I'm on satellite view on Google Maps, and the plot what should have the building I'm looking at now, and it doesn't, because you know, Google Maps satellites, I guess, don't update their you know, their information as much as Bing does. So let's just say you're going to a pilot, you input it in Google Maps. They'll give you the address, but it won't show you via satellite view the building, because for some reason that satellite hasn't updated it so long. Even more so when I was in Texas and it was this new pilot, but whatever. Some of the options on Bing is, well, you know, just aerial, street side, and bird's eye view. You're using Google Maps on the phone. All you need to do is press and hold, and you'll get the coordinates. So you could also use Bing to get the coordinates. I'm just saying the coordinates is a great way to be more precise when you're using electronics to navigate your way to wherever you need to go. And, you know, just try to use the tools you have, you know, there's a lot more there's a lot more tools we have as truck drivers than the truck drivers in the past. And it's always good using the atlas and whatnot, but there's also e-atlases. You don't need to carry the book. There's electronic atlases. And yes, so anyway, so the first tip I wanted to talk about was becoming a local guide on Google Maps. And this is my first tip because I think it will help truckers overall in the greater scheme of things. Everybody doesn't really have time. Took a picture of a docking area or that area shipping or receiving rules and regulations. And you don't even have to get out to take a picture. All you need to do is maybe take a picture from inside your truck. I did that several times when I was still a truck driver. If people also left a comment at least left a comment letting people know if that place, if you're able to do a 10-hour reset, or how fast is how fast is it getting in and out, either that shipper or receiver, what to expect. I actually started being a local guide for Google Maps because with my last company I was a reefer driver, and it was just a lot of time sitting. So much time sitting where I'm like, why don't I review this company or this place? Why don't I take a picture of this place so the next driver won't be as lost as I am about how to get to the dog or what kind of docking situation am I looking at. So that's how I became a local guide. And I think it's a good way to spread the word on certain companies, facilities. Yeah. Try to keep in mind what I said. Use the technology you have at hand, even more so when you're going to a new location, but that's like all the times if you're an OTR driver. So Google Maps and satellite view is a good way to scope out your location. Also, try to use coordinates instead of just the overall address, since that would give you a more precise navigation. It'll get whichever electronic device you're using the longitude and latitude, aka the coordinates, will give you a more precise navigation than if you just use the overall address. So those are the two tips I really wanted to convey today, and hopefully I helps at least a couple of new drivers. So yeah, that's it. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.